Haser, I asked the same question to the guys who just came in. Is that a game 2 months ago that you end up winning?
No, it's a game, 2 games in a row. I think we ended up losing, right? Like so it's, yeah. I'll stop there. No.
That comeback, I mean, you lose Rylan, that obviously hurts, and they had all that momentum. To see that growth up to this point as a coach, how does that now make you feel as we get closer to playoffs?
That we're getting there, I think. And again, it should be a lot of confidence for these guys as well that we were able to persevere and again we did what we needed to do. We got the last stop at the end of the game when it was late, right? And being down Reeser hurt from the get-go. Like we were gassed, but defensively back there, and again they took advantage of that. But we persevered and did what we had to do. Again, I think it goes back to Ottawa as well. Like we lost Nighter early. We did what we had to do, right? So it's 2 games in a row where we did what we had to do, and tonight we had to make the very last save of the game to win.
Do you feel like seeing when they were mounting that comeback, kind of got underneath some guys' skins there? It seemed like they were using physicality almost as a way to propel some momentum back in their favor.
We'll call a spade as well. The referees were getting under our skin a little bit by the way the lack of calls that were made, in our opinion. But you know what? It is what it is. And San Diego has done that recently as well, where they've just climbed back into games and they hung around long enough and then they climb and pull out the win. So yeah, that's what they do. Again, we made the last stop at the end of the game, and I'm proud of these guys.
For Ryan, getting that last goal, offense was dormant there for a little bit, but it was a perfect set piece, and even if it wasn't that first option, still able to get that read for a great shot. What did you see throughout that timeout and then for the ensuing play?
That tight, right? That you had that much of a spot to hit, and you hit it, and yeah, it's what the great ones do, I guess, at the end of the day, right? So it was a perfect shot. And glad it went in too, because 10 came out of that box and he was on a breakaway. So it was glad.
Final face-off, Baptiste had the ball trapped in the back of his stick, and he slammed his stick down, ball got dislodged. The referee on the replay, he's never watching the stick, he's more worried about the timeout. Did you get an explanation of why they didn't call it? They said that they didn't see that, because we're under the impression that you can no longer do that in the league.
They knew they wanted that timeout as soon as they got possession. So I think it was one of those bang plays that they were slow to hit the second bang at the end of the day, right? So, it is what it is. He had possession. He took the 2 steps. They called the timeout late. It is what it is.
Play of Rylan Hartley. He had that little bit of a lull in the third. You pulled him out for a couple minutes. He came back, was able to reset himself. I mean, this is a good offensive team. So in the first half, holding them to so few goals almost seemed like it was too good to be true. And then he was able to rebound after you pulled him out for a little bit.
Yeah, it's again the sign of his maturity as well, and I'm also going to say the group around him, because again we were kind of fish out of water, flopping around there too. Power play goal I think as well, and they got one in transition, and then they got another one real quickly, right? So, it was just a quick reset, and again that's his maturity I think finally coming through here a little bit, right? Like he's getting comfortable doing what he needs to do, and again, outside of this league, he's a big-time goalie. He's starting to be one in this league as well.
You take a look, particularly in the first half when you guys built that lead, he was 50% against Baptiste, and he got some key ones down the stretch too. I mean, that's not an easy guy to win faceoffs against. I mean, Baptiste is a career 68% faceoff guy, and Sisselberger held his own against him.
But that's one of the reasons why we brought him in here, right? To give us an opportunity and get 50-50 is great against him, because historically we're not, right? And again, even that last one started with 11 seconds left and wrote it down to like he grinded it out and took as much time off the clock as well. So yeah, it's he was good for us, and yeah, that's again a piece that we needed.
If you keep it, you say the guys in the locker room, because as we're waiting for the guys to come out, we heard that big roar come out of the locker room, because obviously this is a huge win this year, but in terms of the franchise, this is a huge win. What did you say to the guys after the game?
What I said, we got more work to do at the end of the day. I'm not satisfied with what we did here today. It's great, and I'm excited for these guys, but we got bigger things to do still. So we just want to make sure we're prepared Tuesday to work our asses off in practice and get ready for Ottawa.
The last question. It seems like every week we're talking about Connor hitting another milestone. He's 110 points now. Third time he scored 110 points. Only 4 guys in league history have ever done that. He's on pace to be a top 5 all-time points. What can you say about Connor Fields and the maturation of his game over the time he's been with the Knighthawks?
Well, again, it's continually gone upward, right? And I think the biggest thing that I'm a little more impressed with is not necessarily the points he's getting, but his vision and his ability to create and get everybody else involved in the game. Year one, he wasn't quite doing that. It was on fieldsy. Now he's at a different level, and he's involving everybody else. And again, we're a better team because of it.